Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about BMGs and modding BMGs and certain roles on the BMGs. Nobody ever really did that great of a job explaining how this worked to me, and BMGs can be kind of strange, and you try to figure out what am I supposed to do with this, and why does this work this way, and why would I want this over this? Well, I'm going to see if I can explain some of it. There's still going to be people who know more about these than I do, but I'm just going to kind of share what I have learned. And if you are watching this and you know more than me, there's comment sections. Look down low. There's comment sections. Feel free to help other people with this. All right, let's have a look at some BMGs. I'll show you some of the ones I have and kind of why maybe I have them. I have this collider. Why do I have this one? I have this one because this was one that was harder to come across at the time, and I wanted it. So there's no other reason for that. It's just that simple. I wanted it. That people will look at it and go, huh, that's not that great. Well, it links, and that's why I wanted it. I like the plus links, just like the one above it, plus links. But this one is, it's kind of weird how these work out. It's got to be because they're different, even though, I mean, because this one is after a Stingray is what this is. So, I mean, basically, the most important things to look at for a BMG is your damage and your heal charge. Technically, it just depends on what you're going to do. The most important thing to me is the damage charge. Why? Because I do not heal, and I hate being healed most of the time, and therefore I'm not going to do it to other people. You want that damage charge to be as low as possible. And the reason you want that damage charge down low is because that means when you're damaging an enemy, it's using less energy and it's that much longer before you have to reload. So that is what you want to happen with the damage charge. So what does that mean? That means you want to look for negative damage charge rolls on your gun. If you'll notice, both of these, my Castethan Weaver and my Collider, and both of these are just, this is technically one you get from the War Master. This is the only place you can get this one. And this one is a reputation vendor gun. So these two, they're not names you're used to seeing probably. You're probably used to seeing a telespanner or a spanner trapper type of situation. Now, if you'll notice though, these two I have rolled, and they're both the times 0.85 damage charge. That's because it's the same as a negative damage charge, and that's what we're looking for, is a negative damage charge, so that we get the damage charge down, because you want that damage charge low. And that's why I like this one. This 9% is better than this 10%, and I use it more, not to mention the purple roll. It's just because they're different ones. Stingrays really use up their power fast, so it's hard to get the damage charge low on them. You really, the plus links, you love them, but you still need that damage charge really low. And I've had one that was pretty darn low before, and I trashed it for the mods. Sorry. But I use this Castethan Weaver a lot because to me it's well rounded. It still uses energy up pretty quickly, but not as quickly. But it links an insane amount, so I love using this one. Now, you can go insane, and this would be what you would really look for. And I've kept this one just so I could show you guys that this is, because this is a telespanner, and this is what they call a zero charge telespanner. And they call it zero charge because, look, I have well, if you look, none of the mods match, and they're all irrelevant. They were just random mods I had managed to get. I've got this just like this, where it says negative 0%. And that's because it's a telespanner, and telespanners get a very low damage charge. So when I get a negative 0.3 and a negative 0.6 damage charge, that is going to give me a 0% damage charge on this, which is very nice. What that means is this thing never reloads. Ever. Never has to reload. It will stay at 100%. That is why a lot of people like these. So you really should pay attention. You would like to have one of these. And now if you can get one that's 0% and has some links, how awesome would that be? Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any links, and I don't know if I'm going to try to make it a legendary and hope for that +2 link legendary roll out of it. That's just kind of a risk. So then that's a rarity right there too, because you don't see a lot of plus links on telespanners. If you can get one with plus links, that is a good thing to have. So that is what a 0% is, and a lot of people like them, and I'll show you that here in a minute after we discuss mods and how mods are going to work for you and what mods to maybe look for. Let's look at this machine, and maybe we can explain some of these mods. Now, you'll see the beam intensifier, and that might be the one you'd want to grab It is not, in my opinion. All it does is increase the damage. And the best you can get is a 1.09 damage from a legendary, a purple one. There's no such thing as a legendary BMG mod. So let's skip down here. Then here you go. Well, nope, sorry. I forgot they were both in here. We don't want the bug gun stuff. Now here's the Siphon Accelerator. This one reduces the damage charge and increases the heal charge. Well, we don't want that because I use mine for damaging. I don't use mine for healing. I want it to do more damage. So, I mean, you can use this. This is irrelevant, but that's what this means. This means it will give more healing and less damage. And I use a Siphon Accelerator, which should be... Did I pass it up? Oh, there it is. That's a viral accelerator. Lovely. That's what's so great about trying to look through the machine and find what you need, huh? Oh, well, it's a Siphon Suppressor. I'm sorry. That one does the damage. That's what I use. I use one that does the damage. And if you get a purple one, it does 1.20 damage. And then it reduces the healing. And that's what I like because I don't heal with mine. I want it to do more damage. So that's normally the mod that's the mod that most everybody uses right here because they don't want the small amount of damage. They want, I mean, why would you want 9% when you could get up to 20% extra damage? It just makes sense, and that's what's on mine. Now, the Fusion Conductor, this is what you want to use on your telespinner. There is, let's see if we can get to it. The Tac Mag Reloader right here. It says it increases your reload. Just ignore this. If you look, your reload says 0.5 seconds. Really and truly, no BMG reloads that fast. I think that half a second that it's saying is the time that your hand comes up and goes back down and then it starts recharging. That's irrelevant to me. You mean half a second for that and then you still have to wait for the long time for it to build back up to 100%. So, you always want to use the other one. So make sure you're using this. Fusion Conductor. And it will have the times point. And the lower that number is, the better. It'll go to 0.8 for a purple epic mod. So that is what you want to use for your magazine. Always. It just doesn't matter. Period. This is what you use. Don't use reload. Unless you have a negative charge. Now if you have a negative charge, grab the reload. Why not? Because you can't do any better than 0. If you have a 0% charge, you can't do better. So if you have a 0% telespinner, put a reload on it. Why not? There's no need to try to put this on there because you can't do better than what you have. So, and there is no options on this one. This is going to be a binetic amplifier. It's going to be link range. That's the only one that there is. So there's nothing else to use. And that's it. There's your 4 mods. And I can assure you, that is how mine are modded out. Just like I said it. Both of these are going to be identical in where there they are. So you'll see it. There's the link range, damage over heal, then the damage charge, and then the range. The exact same thing with this one. This is, to me, the way to do it. Unless like I said, it's this. Then go ahead and throw a reload on this because there's no need to put anything else on there. If you still wonder why do you have all these random mods, well, I hit that Paradise Vendor one where it gives you mods and the weapon. This was the weapon and the mods. None of the mods were assassins, so I just threw them on the gun just to roll the gun and play with it and see what I could do with it because I'd actually never had one before. But now we're going to pop over here and I will actually show you what a 0% charge does compared to, say this, with the 9% charge. Here we are at a minor. Now look at this. You see how the power is going down? Down, 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 down. Down to 50-something%, right? Now watch this. Watch this. Fresh guy right here. No change. This is what a 0% charge does. At no point will I ever have to reload this. So if you can get one, I guess, that it has plus links, this is pretty amazing to have. It will never link like I prefer my links to be. I like to see, you know, tons and tons of links. I don't want to see, you know, 3 or 4 links, you know, something like that. I want to see 10 enemies being linked to. But this is what's great about the 0 charge. I mean, especially if you're trying to, say, build up your BMGs, trying to level them up. Because you can just hold the trigger forever. You don't ever have to worry about the reloads, the back-to-back carrying them and swapping them out. Just as simple as pulling the trigger and never letting go. Now the heal will go down because it's not a 0 heal. So if I try to heal this guy, see, Well, he doesn't need healing. Because this guy isn't like shooting anybody. You gotta shoot somebody. See, now as I healed him, the charge went down, and I had to reload. So yeah, that's gonna be your difference. One never uses power, and while this one links, look at this. This is like linking to any and everything it can get his hands on. It's linking everywhere. Loves the link. I love the linking. But look, yeah, now I'm out of juice already. Time to reload. And while I'm not going to get any links out of this one, it's just solid power. But anyways, that's what I've kind of learned about BMGs in my time playing. Just the specific ways to kind of make sure you're modding them correctly. Make sure, because, you know, I used to buy the reloads because, I mean, why would I not want to reload faster? I'm not worried about the damage charge, but I didn't know the damage charge. I never understood how the damage charge correctly worked. And that is how it worked. The lower the number, the less often you're going to have to reload. So there's no need. I mean, it's more important to have that damage charge mag on. But anyways, that's what I know and what I have on BMGs. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will catch you guys later.
How good was that?